Hello, everyone.
Hello, 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 hello.
Welcome
Welcome,
back.
welcome, welcome.
Yes, welcome to everyone watching and everyone watching on a replay. This is
Hmm.
Pages and Perspectives with Oslin and T. And
Yes.
this week, I'm very excited because we are kicking off officially our new book, which is by Kobe Bryant, the one and only Kobe
Yes.
Bryant,
Never
The
be
Mamba
another.
Mentality. Yep, how I play. Now, something really quickly interesting, T, is I've been getting um Kobe like motivational speeches coming on my YouTube algorithm.
Me
And I
too.
love that. I love
Me
that. You know
too.
what I mean? I actually shared one on my community tab. I didn't write anything with it because I don't really remember. I was just trying to remember to share it. So I didn't put like I think I put check this out maybe. If I did
Hmm.
it. My brain is all over the place.
I
But
have to check it out.
yes, but very excited to start this book and talk about it today. So, again, welcome to Pages and Perspectives. This is a live Sunday book club where we explore meaningful books through open conversation and shared reflection. The vibes on this book club on both of our channels is definitely come as you are, right? It's
Hmm.
Sunday. Most people are in their homes just relaxing before the start of the new week. This is an hour that we buy out just to um reflect on what we've read over the week and share our perspectives. Now, the cool thing about our book club is that you do not have to be caught up with the book in order to join the conversation and share your opinions because T and I, we read the book, whatever chapters we have set out, and then we kind of just talk about what we got from it, what our perspectives are.
Hmm.
And most of the time, those turn into conversations of their own.
Yes.
So, yes, so we invite you to come on and talk with us, share your perspectives on some of the things we're saying and things like that. We don't look to fix or judge people.
Mm-mm.
So, it's definitely a safe space here, okay?
It's a
So,
vibe,
welcome
y'all. It's a
again.
vibe.
Yes, it's definitely a vibe.
And welcome, Slim.
Hi, Slim.
But yes, we are really going to dive into this book. We are covering Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality, how I
Yes.
play. So we're going to get into this. I am doing the overview this
Uh-huh.
week. So I'm just gonna try to condense this because it's a lot in here. It's very y'all, it's a lot of pictures, not a
Mm-hmm.
lot of writing, but so much packed
Quality.
into that small amount of writing.
Yes.
So the book opens up with basically a intro from Pau Gasol. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm pronouncing that correct.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Um, of course, he played with Kobe, and he's talking about in 2008 his life changed, and he talks about how he first met him. He basically within the first few hours of getting there, joining the team, getting to the spot, Kobe immediately comes to visit him
Mm-hmm.
and just talks to him about basically the game. Gives him some pointers,
Mm-hmm.
like um he talks about how disciplined he was,
Right.
how in depth he was with studying the game. Like
Mm-hmm.
he would talk about, like, I watched games, I watched footage, but he took it to another level. Like he
Mm-hmm.
really dissected plays and really, really thought out. He was a strategist
Right.
almost.
Yes. Mhm.
So that's how it starts off, and then it goes into an introduction from um oh my god, what's his name, what's his name?
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
And I should know that because he coached the Bulls as well. So
Hmm.
you guys know he also coached for the Lakers too. And he talks about, this was interesting. They actually bumped heads a little bit in the
Hmm.
beginning.
Hmm.
Kobe was very much, I want to win this game, and basically Kobe would play the whole game if he could play the whole he would play the whole game without anybody else on the team.
Right.
He was playing like, I don't need teammates in the
Right.
beginning.
Hmm.
And Phil had to kind of hone that in, like, hey, in order for us, because we've come so close, you know, never won championships, but we're coming so close, but we're not making it far because we've got to get the team gelled.
Hmm.
The team has to be like dialed in.
A team, yeah.
It has to be
Hmm.
a team. You can't go
Right,
out there and try to score all the points and do all the
right.
things, you know what I mean, by
Hmm.
yourself. So, although they bumped heads in that aspect, he talks about just how much Kobe brought to the game
Hmm.
and how dedicated he was to really mastering his technique, which
Right.
also in turn brought something to him.
Hmm.
So even though it was like kind of like weird in the beginning, eventually it was a perfect mix.
Yep.
And as we
Hmm.
all know, they went on to win
Yes.
championships.
Yep.
So he talks about how Kobe almost became the leader of
Hmm.
making sure that everything kind of fell into place, making sure that people were, that they worked as a team, which is crazy considering the fact that when he started off, he was just like, I can do this myself.
Yes. Right. Right.
so,
Hmm.
so he became a team player. So that's part of it. I don't want to go into too much detail because we'll break it down in our
Hmm.
individual thoughts later, y'all. So then it goes into process. And this really goes into how he approached this game.
Yes.
And I took notes on this. Thank you, Oslin, for showing the
Oh yeah.
pictures too. Because y'all, this is too many pictures for me to Google Drive. I can tell you that. Um, he starts off and says, "When it came to basketball, I had no fear." And I was like, "What does that mean?"
Hmm.
So I start reading, and basically, he wasn't afraid to try new things,
Hmm.
even if he was going to fail at it on his initial attempts. So
Yes.
even if it didn't go right, he would say, okay, it was almost like a scientific experiment.
Right.
Okay, this didn't work. Let me tweak it a little bit. Let me try it this way next time, kind of thing. So
Right.
he wasn't afraid to make a mistake.
Hmm.
And that was one of the things that stuck out to me because I talk about that a lot, even in my life when I'm dealing with people at work. I tell them that you cannot be afraid to make an error.
Right.
You are a human being, so you
Yep.
can't. you
Hmm.
you have to be open to be able to make a mistake every now and then because mistakes are how we learn.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, and then next he goes into his workouts.
Hmm.
And man, you talking about discipline. This dude, he said he started out like he started lifting weights when he was 17 years old, first of all.
Hmm.
And his motto was heavy, hard, can't feel your arms kind of workouts.
Hmm.
Like he's not like going in there with light. Some people will talk about use light weights, heavy repetition.
Right. Right. Uh-huh.
He wasn't doing that. He was going
Right.
straight heavy. And, so he said he may have changed his routine some over the years, but his philosophy about working out never changed. Because what he would do is he would work his arms to exhaustion and then immediately go practice.
Hmm.
Which,
Hmm.
if you think about, makes so much sense in endurance
Hmm. Right.
because you're tiring your muscles out, and if you could still play with your muscles tired, do you know the amount of endurance you would have during a
Right.
game?
Hmm. That's the
So
word, endurance.
yeah,
Yeah.
endurance.
Hmm.
So this is a process. We're gonna put
Right.
this all together. We're gonna put this
Hmm.
all together later. He worked out at midnights.
Hmm.
He worked out. He actually said he started out like he kind of tweaked it because he found that if he started working out at 11 o'clock in the day, because what he would do is work out 2 hours, 4 hour break, work out again, 4 hour break.
Hmm.
But when he started at 11, he could only get two workouts in.
Hmm.
And what he realized is that if he started at 5 a.m.
Right.
with his workouts, he could get in three. So
Hmm.
this dude's doing three workouts a day. And it wasn't just because he was trying to keep up with the game. Yes, it was very important to him, but it was
Hmm.
also so he could have family time, so he could devote just as much attention to his family
Yep.
as the game. So
Right.
basically, if he went in at 5, worked out 2 hours, he would be home for his kids to go to school. They would wake up, see him, and everything before their day started.
Hmm.
And you know, I that struck me as well. The
Right.
fact I thought of balance when I read
Hmm.
that section.
Yes.
And he talks about in the next section how he studied the game,
Hmm.
studied how people approach things, studied how the mistakes that were made. He would study, like, okay, they did this play. What went wrong here? What went right here?
Hmm.
And he was almost dissecting it to pull out the things that will work.
Right.
And I mean, and even his teammate, as we heard in the beginning, talked about how much he studied
Hmm.
the game.
Hmm.
So now we have what? Preparation,
Hmm.
we have endurance,
Yep.
we have what?
Um, I don't say like practice.
Practice.
And because like you have to know what to practice in order to get good at it. So that's like part of the studying. You know what I mean? Like the
Mm-hmm.
studying is also like improving the practice.
Mm-hmm. Because the next section is I didn't only train my body, I trained my mind
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yep.
So he would be able to pick up little, small, minute subtleties on the court, like just little things. He would read and pay attention and practice.
Mm-hmm.
He would like we said, he would study film. Like cultivating the relationships and such that he had within the game were just as important as playing the
Yep.
game. So, um, and he talks about who all was there at his retirement. That it's a testament to his
Mm-hmm.
relationships within the game. And
Right.
now we can say, look at when he passed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at all of the people who showed up because that is really a testament to who you are.
It really is. It
Um,
definitely is.
so we have focus there. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
took from that one
Oh
was
yeah.
focus.
A lot of focus. A whole lot of
Hmm.
focus.
He talked about how he prepared his mind in the next section, how
Mm-hmm.
he got his mind right for the game. Sometimes he needed to hear like some really hard, heavy music to get his mind right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he needed to listen to calmer things to get his mind right.
Yep.
Sometimes complete silence.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to do anything.
Right.
So he tailored how he got his mindset ready by what he was facing.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have mental preparation added to our mix of
Yep.
things. So he was aware, awareness as well,
Awareness.
awareness
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
mental preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to know what you're facing to be able to fine tune yourself like that.
Right.
You have to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then in the next section, he talks about having an understanding circle of family and friends
Mm-hmm.
and how he could never have reached the greatness he achieved without a strong family and friend circle.
Yep.
And I think about that. All of the people who've had like dreams and aspirations, but because of their circle was negative, it kept them from going further.
Right.
So he's saying that greatness isn't easy to achieve
Mm-hmm.
and it requires time to get there. But your loved ones have to sacrifice just how you do.
Right.
They have to put in work too.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of struck me too because I think about like being in a military family. If
Mm-hmm.
you guys don't know, I'm married to someone who's retired from the military. He was enlisted when we got married.
Mhm.
And it requires, a lot of people will talk about that, the family sacrifice, the family
Right.
part of that they're gone. You got to do things on your own.
Mhm.
Things you maybe wouldn't even have done. There are
Right.
times I got to go do the yard work. He's in
Mhm.
another country. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Right.
things like that. So you need to have a strong family backbone. So I took out what's the word we would glean out of this one?
Support.
Support.
Yeah. Support is
Yes.
essential. Mhm. Yep.
And then the next section, he talks about how he always started his practices close to the basket. So
Mhm.
he would start close and work his way away from the basket, further and
Mhm.
further away from the basket. And what I got from that is, I'm looking at my notes, y'all, if y'all don't know why I'm looking at. So he's saying that in this section, that he's basically walking his mind and body almost through like a scouting process. He's
Yeah.
walking his mind and body through that as he goes, and how he would listen to his body. Sometimes he felt he needed to shoot extra in a certain place, whether that be jumpers or three pointers or something like
Mhm.
that. Sometimes he didn't feel the need to do that. Sometimes he needed a nap,
Right.
and he would take one.
Yeah.
So he's listening to his intuitive self. He's listening to his body.
Mhm.
So we're gonna add listening
Right.
to this list. Listening to your inner self, listening to
Mhm.
your body.
Mhm.
That kind of caps on to the awareness portion.
Yes, it's
Being
part of
aware.
awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
I love that
then,
part. Just right here where he's
oh,
on
go
the
ahead.
same section where he says, even if he felt the need to meditate, he did that
Mhm.
during his warm up. Like he literally did whatever he felt was needed to
Yes.
prepare.
And it could be any number of things, but whatever his body told him to do, that's what he was doing.
Mhm.
In the next section, he talks about how he always found a peace on the court when nobody was there. So in this big stadium where there could be, thousands upon thousands of people, he always loved it when it was just him, the ball, and the empty court.
Mhm.
And in the beginning of this book, in some of the little kind of like the forward and all of that he was writing in the beginning, he talks about that. He talks about how he fell in love with just the sound of the basketball
Mhm.
hitting the floor, like hitting
Right.
hitting the hardwood,
Mhm.
and that when he would prepare in those instances where there's nobody around, it took him back to that memory
Mhm.
of being a child and hearing that ball
Right.
bouncing around on the hardwoods, which is just,
Mhm.
I think of that. It's like a stillness. It's like, I think when I looked at that,
Exactly.
I was like, it was almost like whatever that thing is that brings you peace and stillness. Some people, it's fishing.
Right. Mhm.
Some people, it's meditation, like that
Mhm.
peace in that moment. That's kind
Mhm.
of what it is. It was almost like a meditation.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So next section, he talks about he could run all day long.
Mhm. Mhm.
So he talks about how he would detail cardio in his workout plans because you need to have bursts of energy,
Mhm.
and then you may have a quick little break, but you
Right.
got to go right back to the burst of energy. So he kind of tailored his workout to make his recovery time, be able to have short recovery times between those
Mhm.
bursts of energy.
Mhm.
And so in order to do that, he had like really intense cardio workouts that focus directly on recovery.
Yes. That man was smart, man. Like smart.
Yes.
Okay. Like what?
That means he's really thinking about what's the process for me to be successful?
Yeah.
How can I condition my body to be in the best situation for this particular sport that I'm playing? Because
Exactly.
every sport doesn't require
Right. Sprints
that
and
sprint and recovery like that.
right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So he would spend a lot of time on the track, which I ran track in school.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like track is a wonderful sport for
Mm-hmm.
many different other sports.
Mm-hmm.
It can be applied to so many other sports because of the endurance, because of the recovery
Right.
aspect of it. It's just so much that it can help with.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball,
Right.
basketball, football, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll notice that a lot of pro athletes, they have run track. Like a lot
Right.
of like basketball players and football players and stuff have run track to
Mm-hmm.
some degree.
Yep.
And then the next section has him with one of my favorite people.
Yes.
Uh, him and Jordan talking on the court. He asked a lot of questions. So the previous section we're talking about tailoring.
Mm-hmm.
Tailoring your what you're doing to get the greatest result from what you're applying it to.
Right.
So he was tailoring his workouts to get the maximum benefit. In this section, he was never afraid to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, he could get all of this extra information from other sources.
Right.
He was really, truly inquisitive.
Mm-hmm.
He said he would sometimes make people upset
Mm-hmm.
asking questions, but most of them knew that his questions were truly heartfelt. Like he
Right.
really wanted to glean information from people.
Mm-hmm.
And I love people who ask questions
Yes. Yeah. Me too.
because it means they're engaged. They're
Mm-hmm.
engaged in what you're doing. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually love people to ask questions. I think
Yes.
that a lot of people will not ask questions because they don't want to appear a certain way. They feel like
Mm-hmm.
asking a question makes them look like they're either uninformed or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like not as smart as the person they're asking the
Right.
question from.
Mm-hmm.
But sharing information is one of the top tier ways of learning.
Absolutely. My mom, she always encouraged us to ask questions, specifically when we were maybe at like doctor's appointments and stuff. But I know
Hmm.
she applied it to other areas as well. And
Hmm.
the thought behind it is like, especially at a doctor's office, you want to make sure you understand before you leave there. Like, don't be scared to ask questions about stuff that you actually need to know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It applies to everything too, like you said. Like, even for me, sometimes I think I ask too many questions, or maybe sometimes if somebody doesn't really know me that well and I'm talking to them about something, I ask a question about, like, say they give me an opinion and I ask a
Mhm.
question. I only ask questions to understand. I do not ask questions to be like to judge or whatever. If you give me an opinion, it's something you feel strongly about, and I don't understand, I really want to understand your thought process. Like, why
Yes,
do you feel this, or this, that. So, yeah, people do respond to questions differently, though. I've also experienced
they do.
that.
Some people get annoyed, and you
Yeah,
know, I've never been afraid of somebody getting annoyed because it's
right,
like, well, how am I going to know if I don't ask?
exactly. Yeah, yes,
So
uh
I
huh,
don't want to sit over here in the dark because I didn't ask a question. I would rather
yeah,
ask a question. You see that a lot in meetings too. You know,
uh
when it's
huh,
a group of people and there's
yeah,
always that one person that asks a lot of questions,
yeah,
and the other people will be looking at the person like, oh,
right,
here
right,
we go
right.
again with this.
Yes, yes.
But it's like, but
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with that because I'm like, at least they're trying to learn.
Yes.
At least
Hmm.
they want
Absolutely.
to know.
Absolutely.
So the last page we read was number 42, and it was just do it.
Just do it.
He didn't think about his daily preparation as whether it was an option. It wasn't an option.
Right.
He said, if I want to play at a high level, I have to do this. This is
Mm-hmm.
not an option. And this was the one that hit me probably the hardest
Mm-hmm.
because we'll always be thinking to ourselves, like, oh, well, I don't have to do this today. I could
Yes.
do it
Right. Right.
tomorrow. I
Right.
don't have to do this right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we should really be training ourselves to say, no, no, that's not an option. This is not
Right.
optional.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
needs to be done. I
Yep.
think that contributes to consistency.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
that's
yeah.
what I took from this one. It's
Absolutely.
being consistent, never, and not giving yourself an option to say, nah, not going to do that.
Right. Yeah. Why,
This
why
is
would it
what
be
it is.
optional if you know that this is what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's really something that I took. I took a lot from that specific section
Mm-hmm.
because he said that sometimes he would be so tired that he'd need a nap,
Right.
but he'd take his little quick cat nap
And be back at it.
and be right back at it.
Absolutely.
And I was worried about that
Speaking of
part.
catnap, maybe y'all.
I was worried about that one just a little bit
What?
because I felt like what he's saying is I worried about whether he was putting the game before even his own
Oh.
health and well-being because everybody knows you need a certain amount of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
started tallying, like, man, this dude's working out from 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a 4-hour break. Is he? I
Right.
know he probably got to eat breakfast. He's gonna see his kids off to school. Is he
Mhm.
taking a nap?
Yes.
If he's not taking a nap, then he's going right back in at 11
Right.
and going from 11 to 2.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then he's going to take a break and you take another 4-hour break. Are you there? You got to pick your kids up from school. Like, when is this
Yes.
dude sleeping? Is what I'm
Yes.
thinking to
When is he
myself.
sleeping? I can imagine. I don't know if we'll ever find out in this book, but he was probably one of those people that goes to bed at like 8 o'clock at night. Unless that wasn't, I don't know if that was
That's
one of
when he
his.
was coming from the gym.
I was about to say that might have been one of his workout
He was
windows.
coming from the gym.
Okay, so maybe like 10 o'clock at the latest.
It's got
To
to
be
be
up at
something
5
like
a.m., to be
10.
up sharp at 5 a.m., to do it all over again. I'm
It's
thinking, I
got to
don't
be
know.
something like that because he said that he put a lot of emphasis on spending time with his kids. So
Yes.
I'm assuming when he would get back from that 8 p.m. workout, probably the kids, that's probably right around their bedtime,
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. He has
Yeah.
to decompress
Right.
and shower and do all the things that we do
Mm-hmm.
before we go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking 9, 10.
Yeah. Probably so. And I know whatever time it was, he stuck to it.
But he's got to have time for his wife too.
He got to have time for his wife.
And with all those kids, he obviously had time.
Yeah. His wife, right. That is so
He
funny.
wasn't getting that all the time.
Right.
So,
That is so funny.
so therefore, maybe it was even later. Maybe it
Yeah,
was midnight.
maybe so. And then yeah, I don't know, but I know he had the balance because it was one of those sections he talked about it being like a tightrope. You remember that
Mhm.
part? He talked about it being like a tightrope between being basically obsessed with what you're building and also your time with your family. Because he said, oh wait, let me find that too, because that might kind of answer
Yeah,
our question. Well, he
yeah.
said like he was willing to sacrifice. He wasn't willing to sacrifice his skill, building his skill. Oh yeah, he said I wasn't willing to sacrifice my game, but I also wasn't willing to sacrifice my family time. So I decided to sacrifice sleep, and that was that. That's our answer right there.
So this dude didn't sleep.
He
He
didn't
hardly
sleep.
slept. That's why he taking all them doggone cat naps
Right,
during
right.
the day.
That is funny.
Yes.
But
It
yes,
does wear on
thank
your
you.
body.
Yes, thank you so much for the overview, T. Um, I got so much from this book. I mean, it's just from reading these first couple chapters. Also,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm gonna just go through the first parts. Like, I love that Paul Gasol and Phil Jackson did the foreword in the introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because they were firsthand. You know what I mean? His coach and one of his
Yes.
closest teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And for some, like when I was reading it, just describing Kobe, like I picture somebody that's warm because he was warm. Like the night he came to Paul, he was welcoming him to the team, but he also is like, we're here for a purpose. You know what I mean? So he's like warm, but also very serious. To me, that's like the perfect leader, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. Like you still have that connection, but you also are about your business. So,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that makes it easy to follow. But one of the things that stuck out to me really a lot is this first part. Um when he says, when it came to basketball, I had no fear. Now, this is the reason why. I was listening the other day to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, not the
Mm-hmm.
actual book though, because I never actually made it to read that book yet,
Okay.
but it's been on my list for maybe 10 years. But anyway, I was listening to somebody do like a summary, and it was like, Think and
Maybe
Grow
we can read
Rich.
it up here.
We probably can, yeah. We can
Yeah.
add that one to the list, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like Think and Grow Rich in 29 minutes, right? It was like all of the hot spots of the book, which I've read. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though I never read the book, I pretty much have, in a way. Like, I know exactly what's in it, but I just
Mm-hmm.
never read it word for word. So I'm listening to this, and it's talking about basically, like manifesting your goals, your desires, all these things. The first thing you need, the very first thing you need, is a crystal clear picture of what it is that you want and a burning desire. Those are the first two things that you need. So, being that I was listening to that the other day and reading this about Kobe, I'm like, whoa, that's what he had. And the reason I say that is because he says, from the beginning, I wanted to be the best. I had a constant craving, a yearning to improve, to be the best. I never needed any external forces to motivate me. That
Mm-hmm.
sounds like a burning desire,
Yes.
right? That's a burning desire. And I also thought about a couple months ago, I was talking to you and I was telling you about how I felt like, maybe none of my goals are being accomplished and stuff like that. And I don't remember exactly how you worded it, but you basically asked me, like, is this something you sure you want? Like, is this something that you really want? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And you were saying basically, like, sometimes people feel like they want things, but they don't really want it because they don't want to do the things that are associated with getting it. And so I realized that there is a difference between wanting and having a desire and having a burning
Burning desire.
desire. It's a
Yes.
difference. It's a difference to have a burning
Mm-hmm.
desire. And so I love that. And I also love that the other thing in Think and Grow Rich was, which I wouldn't be surprised if Kobe read that book, but because it's an old book. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people read that book. Another one is visualization. And Kobe talked about, like we're gonna see that as a constant theme through reading this book. I think I may have heard it in that clip that I was listening to
Yeah.
earlier this week, but we're gonna hear it, I know, in his reading this book and learning more about Kobe, the visualization aspect of it. He
Mm-hmm.
saw it in his mind's eye before anything, and he was determined to get there. And that's one of the key things you need, including the burning desire. You have to be crystal clear, have the burning desire, and also be able to visualize it and feel it and put yourself there before it even happens,
Mm-hmm.
So when I read that, and this being like one of the first pages, I'm
Yeah.
like, almost immediately we see a huge piece of the Mamba mentality, which is that laser sharp, focus on the desire that you have by
Mm-hmm.
any means necessary. You know what I mean?
Willing to put in anything to get what you are trying to get. He was
Yep.
willing to work out religiously. He
Yep.
was willing to put in all of the studying,
Right.
the watching film,
Mm-hmm.
doing whatever. He even changed himself. Remember that
Yes.
film part
Uh-huh.
where he was talking about how he almost was like kind of dominating everything. He's trying to make all the points,
Yes.
and that
Uh-huh.
he couldn't do that. Like
Right.
that's not how you're gonna win. When
Yep.
he got that, he adjusted himself
Mm-hmm.
immediately.
Right. Yep.
So
And I also love that I think this book, even though I'm talking about it first, this is kind of like my gym job also. So I'll read this part
okay.
really quickly. He says, as a kid, I would work tirelessly on adding elements to my game. I would see something I liked in a person or on film and go practice it immediately. What?
Hmm.
Like literally, like no time to sit and ponder. He didn't have that. Whatever we have as humans that makes us like ponder and wonder and dream about and take no action, he did not have that. He had aligned action with what he wanted. He
Hmm.
said, I would go practice it immediately, practice it more the next day, and then go out and use it. By the time I reached the league, I had a short learning curve. I could see something, download it, and have it down pat.
Hmm.
And then he also says, I didn't need that extra push to be great, though. Wait, hold on, let me see. Yeah, he said, I didn't need that extra push to be great, though. From day one, I wanted to dominate. My mindset was I was going to figure you out, whether it was AI, Tracy, Vince, or if I were coming up today, LeBron, Russ, Steph. My goal was to figure you out. And to do that, to figure those puzzles out, I was willing to do more than anyone else. That was the fun part for me,
Hmm. The figuring it out.
the
Yep.
figuring it out. So just from
Yep.
that first page, I got stuff that I could apply to my own life, into my own business, which is the main thing that I will be doing while we read this book is literally application to my own life. Um, get crystal clear on what you want, have that burning desire, like want it bad enough to be willing to sacrifice for it. Like that's really the
Hmm.
only way you're gonna get things is if you're willing to if you have enough it's not motivation, that burning desire is where the discipline comes in.
Hmm.
It's something totally different from motivation. Be able to do it with no distractions and no barriers, because what I liked about Kobe, like you mentioned when he said it, when it came to basketball I had no fear, meaning he had no fear of failure, so he had no barriers. You see what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
he didn't see any barriers because he didn't he stripped his ego of being afraid to fail.
Yep.
The fear of failure was not enough to hold him back than like not achieving being the greatest.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that had
Exactly.
not that had nothing on him not being the greatest ever. You know,
He
so
removed the
that was really
ego.
important. Yes.
Remove the
And also
ego.
and also the aligned action part, because
Mhm.
as a person that is a thinker, I'm definitely a thinker. Um you can get stuck in thinking. Your mind can literally like keep you stuck in thinking and imagining and all these things, and you never take aligned action on the things that you're doing. And
Hmm.
without action, it's not going to happen, you know. So
But I
yeah.
noticed something else too, Oslin.
Hmm.
You know how we often, like you and I have that same thing where we want things, and we've talked about this many times.
Hmm.
We'll put like so many things on our plate at one time. It's like
Yes.
I want to do
Right.
this,
Right.
but you notice he would master one thing,
Hmm.
he'd go to the next thing after
Right.
he mastered that other thing.
Hmm. Right.
So
He
that's
wasn't
what,
scattered.
yes, it
Hmm.
wasn't scattered. He didn't take his time and spread it amongst a bunch
Hmm.
of things. He
Right.
laser focused on the thing he was trying to do right then,
Hmm.
mastered that, then went to the next thing when he saw something else.
Yes,
So that's something that stuck out to me immediately
absolutely.
because my brain works like that. I'll okay, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna
Right.
do that, and then what I found was I could never get any of it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And even on his second part, when he says I did biblical workouts, he basically is telling us, and to me, this is one of those things that can be applied to any aspect.
Mm-hmm.
He did not rewrite the rules when it came to workouts. He said, over the years, my routine may have changed some, but my philosophy never did. If it something has worked for other greats before you, and if something is working for you, why change it up and embrace some new fad? Stick with what works. Stick with what works, even if it's unpopular.
Mm-hmm.
That tea, oh my gosh, for my personal
That was my
business.
gym. That was
That
my
was, oh
jam
yeah.
actually. Yep. I
For my
started.
personal, yeah, for my personal business, I mean, like building my real estate business, it has a lot of cold calling involved to be successful. These cold calling techniques that I'm being taught that I have been avoiding every week, literally, okay,
Mhm.
are things that are tried and true and proven, right? And
But you're
read
avoiding it.
I have been avoiding it, which I had, this is a new month. It's August. I'm like, Oslin, stop playing with yourself. Okay. Like,
Right.
literally, like, what are you doing? I had to have a couple come to Jesus meetings with myself
Mm-hmm.
recently. Um, and yeah, so I'm make a video though, because I'm gonna redo my office and record that and just kind of talk about the things I've
Ooh,
learned
I'm watching.
up until then. Yeah. So, but just reading him say, like, if something has worked for other greats before you, and if something is working for you, because when I do it, it does work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why change it and embrace some new fad? Like
Trying to
what?
reinvent the wheel.
Why try to reinvent the wheel? Even if
Mm-hmm.
it's unpopular, even if it's hard, even if it's, you know what I mean? If you really want this, if this is really your desire, why do anything different? That was definitely a mic drop to me, because I'm like, stick to what is tried and true. It works.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to make it harder than that.
It's already been tested.
It's already been tested multiple times
So.
too. It's not like been
Mm-hmm.
tested. Certain things it's not been tested just for a few people. This is stuff that goes back decades that
Mm-hmm.
works. You know. So those were definitely two of the biggest things that I got. Um, Let me see what else. I love that he basically time blocked his schedule with the workouts
Mm-hmm.
and finding balance, because I feel like um not just even as entrepreneurs, I feel like everyone can benefit from time blocking.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone can benefit from time blocking, because like time is precious. Time is very valuable. And we
And
don't
you don't get
really
it back.
and you don't get it back, and we don't realize how much time we waste.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's blocked off, you can be just more aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get started doing something. Like, if I have a schedule, I can get started on one thing that might take me way longer than anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
But time blocking comes in, because it's like, do I have to do this right now? Or am I letting this take me away from other things? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So, seeing again something tried and true that's proven, time blocking, and like how he did with his workouts and sticking
And
to it.
time blocking allows you to be laser focused on what you're doing right then. You
Yep.
don't have your mind split in different directions.
Yes.
You can just focus on what you're doing because you know from this time to this time,
Yep.
this is what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then the portion about film study is all about detail. That was very good to me, because one of the things I learned just from reading this about Kobe is that Kobe showed me, I feel like, you do not have to be naturally talented to be successful at something.
Mhm.
Skills are acquired
Cultivated.
and cultivated.
Hmm.
Skills are cultivated. And it starts with studying. It starts with knowing. Like he literally took studying the game very literal. You know what I mean? Like he watched film. Like he said, one of the biggest things that changed for him over time was that he went from watching watching into seeing like what was missing and what should have been there and what
Mhm.
could have been better, you know. So yeah, that was very interesting also.
Yep. He would imagine counters, alternatives, and options while
Hmm.
he's watching. Yep.
And what else is here?
I
He talked
think
about,
this whole thing is just a testament of how bad do you want it. That's the one
yes.
question that I was thinking the whole time reading. It's like, how bad do you want something?
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you
How bad do
want
you
it
want
bad
it?
enough
Hmm.
to put
Yeah,
in all of the effort that it requires
right.
to get there?
Yeah, and it's like um you can only answer that question with your actions. You can only
Bingo,
answer that. You can,
Osmond.
yeah, you can only answer that question with your actions and what you do.
Hmm. And that's why he said respect to those who he said greatness isn't easy to achieve. It
Hmm.
requires a lot of time and a lot of sacrifices and a lot of tough choices.
Yep.
But then at the end of that section, he states respect to those who do achieve greatness
Hmm.
and respect to those who are chasing that elusive feeling.
Right.
So he's acknowledging it's not easy.
Hmm.
Not an easy road at all. So he knew everything he was doing was extreme.
Yeah. But he
It was
also knew it
extreme.
was required. He also knew it was what was required of him.
Mm-hmm. Because that was one of the words that kept popping in my brain too as I was reading along. Extreme,
Yes.
extreme, extreme.
Yeah. And yeah, I think Kobe was extreme, but like um another word that goes with it that he used is obsessed. He was obsessed with his goal to be the greatest. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I mean he achieved it. He definitely achieved it. He's
He
gonna be in
did.
every conversation about greatness when it comes to basketball
Mm-hmm.
ever, forever. You know.
Man, this book is insane. But you can absolutely it solidified that you can absolutely apply these principles
Hmm.
to anything. It's
Yep.
not just this is not just
About
basketball
basketball, right?
knowledge.
Mm-mm. Now this part was really good to me too because like as a person that watched Kobe play, Kobe
Mm-hmm.
always like had this look of intense focus. Even through the game, Kobe looked like he was mean sometimes. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because
Very.
like he just had this look of just like, you know, and seeing or reading him talk about going to the gym, to the arena, and just sitting in that solitude and that silence.
Mm-hmm.
And then being able to call back that feeling of silence and solitude when he needed it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like he mentioned walking into an opponent's, or did he say opponent, or just walking into he said when I jogged out of the tunnel and fans were screaming and it's loud, the noise didn't impact me. Mentally, I was able to remember the stillness of the earlier moment and carry that with me.
Mm-hmm.
What? That is some really powerful mind control. You
That
know what
means
I
he's
mean?
very in tune with himself too, though.
Very in tune with himself. And that's one of the things I feel like we're going to learn more about Kobe when it comes to visualizing, meditating,
Mm-hmm.
and literally having control over your mind. That's one of the keys to success in all ways. Like, one of the things that's so interesting and funny to me also is that you can study different people, different like teachers
Mm-hmm.
from the past, all these things. So many of the teachings are all literally the same thing.
They are.
Like they are all literally the
They really
same
are.
thing. And I know that Kobe implied these things because drown out being able to drown out the noise and he said it's just me and the basketball, the court, and my imagination and my dreams. There's something about being in a big arena when no one else is there. It gives me a sense of Narnava and also prepares me for the game. And then he
Mm-hmm.
said the part I just said. So it's like, this is very powerful. And to me, honestly, somebody that has that ADHD, I feel like my
Mm-hmm.
brain goes all over the place. Like, for example, the other night, I usually take medicine to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
The other night, I think it was Friday night, I was so naturally tired that I fell asleep without it. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
I woke up at 3 a.m. like I would typically if I don't take it. I wake up in the middle of the night. My brain was all over the place. And I was kind of like laying down, like kind of slowly waking up. And my brain is just it's not always like bad thoughts or anything. It's just random, very,
Mm-hmm.
very random, just like all over the place. And I'm just like, my mind is loud. The whole house is quiet, but my brain
My
is
mind
loud.
is so loud.
Yes. And I started thinking to myself, okay, Aslan, I just tried to do a practice to like quiet my mind. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, yes, I do have ADHD. That's a real condition. However, even in my ADHD state, being aware that my brain is all over the place gives me some form of power to where I can
Yes.
quiet it. Try, not saying I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be completely successful, but I can, you know what I mean? Like,
You can
okay, hold on.
refocus.
I can refocus and I
Mm-hmm.
can quiet it and drown out some of the things just from being
Mm-hmm.
aware that it's happening. But I say that to say, even somebody without ADHD, it's not easy to control your mind and to control your thoughts. So for Kobe to be able to walk into an arena where people are loud and screaming and be able to take his mind back to the moment where it was just him and the basketball, that is power.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a lot of power.
One of the things you remember when we were talking earlier about a lot of things from him were coming up in our feed, probably because
Yes.
we're covering this book. A lot of
Right.
those things are coming up.
Yeah.
But one of the ones was I cannot remember who the player was talking about how he listened to the Halloween theme before he played
Yes.
the
I know you're
Halloween
talking
theme
about
song.
John Sally, the one you sent me.
Yes,
Yeah.
there
Uh
you
huh.
go.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking about that because when I read this, he said sometimes I listen to hard music.
Right.
If I needed to soothe myself, I might play the soundtrack I listened to on the bus in high school
Mm-hmm.
to put me back in that place. So he's using it to put him in mental spaces. Like
Right.
he, which lets me know that music is, in fact,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It
it
is that
is
powerful.
very impactful on our subconscious thoughts and our
Mm-hmm.
brain.
Yep. Yep. It is T. And for me personally, that's one of the reasons why I love listening to affirming music. Beyonce Renaissance album is always going to be my go-to. If I
Mm-hmm.
have something where I have to show up as like the best version of myself, like I'm going to a meeting or like a networking event or something, baby, Renaissance, okay? I need
Mm-hmm.
Renaissance on because it literally puts me in that mode. You know what I mean? It just puts me in that mode. And another
Before
one
my
that
interview, Osland,
huh?
I listened to I'm That Girl
Yes, that's my one. That's
before I
my
before I
go-to. It's not the
because I just needed to
diamonds.
feel I
Huh?
needed to feel like I needed to
Yeah.
feel
I'm that
myself,
girl. It's
yeah,
in
in that
me. It's not
moment.
external. It's not anybody else. It's me. Yes, absolutely. That's my one. That one, Alien Superstar. I really love Alien Superstar.
I
And
love Cozy.
yes, Cozy. And My other pump up ones are I love Heated and it's so many though. Move Out the
Mhm.
Way, Move, all of them. Now, besides Beyonce Renaissance album, also Sia, Unstoppable.
Yes.
I'm unstoppable. Yes, that's my
But
song.
Sia
Like,
has written so many songs
yeah,
for
I
so
don't know
many
her other
people.
songs, but that one
Yes,
is a
you
that
do.
one is a I do.
You know
Oh, oh,
Diamonds by Rihanna.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, oh my God, I'm trying to think. There's so many
I
flooding in
love
my brain.
Diamonds.
You, if
Yeah.
you listen to her, you can hear her songs and other people.
I'm
You can
actually gonna
hear
look.
the
I'm
ones
gonna
she
look into
wrote.
that. Yeah, because I really do love. I love Sia. That song though. To me,
Oh,
like the
did she write?
lyrics.
She wrote Beyonce's. She wrote Pretty Hurts.
Oh, I love that song.
Um, Listen to it. Think about these songs and then
Yeah,
listen to how Sia sounds. You can almost hear her singing.
hear her singing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Even just with the name, the two name, like Diamonds and Pretty Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her song Unstoppable though, it's literally word for word, bar for bar, straight affirmations. Like straight affirming, I'm unstoppable, I'm a Porsche with no brakes, I'm
Mm-hmm.
invincible. Like literally, I love that song. So yes, I love that Kobe also, realized that life hack of I can listen to this music and get into whatever mood and feeling that I need to get to. You know what I mean?
So
Like
many people
he
do
had some
that
songs he would play
unknowingly.
to listen to his getting his villain era when he was about to destroy somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this because I'm about to tear somebody up out here on this.
Right.
I am not playing with y'all fools today. So,
Yes.
but you know what? So many people do that subconsciously. They don't
Mhm.
realize they're doing that.
Mhm.
They listen to a certain song. Think about it. We do it all the time.
Mhm.
When we're down, there's that one song that
We'll
makes
go
us
play, but make us
feel.
more down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandma used to say songs are spells,
I think so too.
and I
Which
believe it.
is, yeah, I believe that too. And this is why I actually within the last couple years, I'm gonna say maybe since 2024, I kind of stopped or slowly stop listening to R&B music. And it's crazy because I really do love it. And if I can give myself the chance to go like listen to some songs I love, but the lyrics are a lot of times around heartbreak and like this person did me wrong and like this relationship didn't work out and I'm sad about it. I'm getting revenge. And it's kind of like as I started learning more about my subconscious mind and stuff, I'm kind of like I'm singing these songs and I'm singing them with emotion, which is energy and motion.
Hmm.
And I don't want to manifest this. I'm not singing this. You know what I mean? Like,
I listen to some joyful R&B now. The
yeah, yeah,
stuff
the
where it's
joyful
talking
ones.
about just being in love and
I
having a
mean,
wonderful
like
day.
one of my favorite songs is "There's a Stranger in My House" by who sings that song? To me, is that Tamia?
Uh-uh. Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
I
yes.
love that song. And it's like all the songs. It's just I love singing them. It's the songs I grew up listening to. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't they're no longer in my daily rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Monthly, yes. Weekly, maybe. But I just replaced them with affirmation songs. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because I'm like, yeah, if I can relate to it and I'm listening to it, that's different. But I don't want to just be singing it because I do understand how powerful words are, music are, and emotions are. And even though it might sound extreme, it's literally not that extreme. It's like how
It's
we're wired.
really not.
Yeah.
Not when you think about the fact that you can feel a way and turn on a certain song to make your mind feel
So another
a
way.
different way. If
Yes.
that can happen and you know it can happen and everybody's experienced that, everybody
Right.
has.
Right.
If you know you can do that, what makes you think it can't go in the
Yes.
other
Even
direction?
if you're not immediately like consciously aware of it happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um Now let me see some other things real quick. I want to talk
Okay.
about the part where he talked about asking questions. And we talked about it already, but like it's so important to ask questions, especially if you are in a field or doing something that you've never done before. It's okay to be a first timer. Kobe was not afraid to learn, and that's what made him
Yes.
great. He did not have this, like we talked about, he stripped his ego. He didn't have that pride in him that made him feel like if he asks a question,
Hmm.
it's going to expose that he doesn't know, therefore he's not going to ask the question. Terrible logic. Okay, ask the question, get the answer, and implement
And
it.
now you know.
And now you know. You know what I mean? And now you know. So it's
Mhm.
like, I thought that was very important. And most importantly, just do it.
Just
That's
do it. That was the one that hit me the
yeah.
hardest. That just
Yeah.
do it, because it's like this is not optional.
Right.
It's not optional.
Yeah.
If it's something you want, it's not optional.
It's not optional. And that's the energy that I'm bringing into the month of August for me, is to just do it, because I'm like, July went by fast for me, but and July was an amazing month, but it's one of those things where, like, oh, T, you probably
Yeah.
gonna love this. This was
What's
very
up?
interesting. I was talking to Logan the other day, and I was talking about the calls that I have to make to people. Like, my coach in my brokerage, like,
Hmm.
he talks about like making 40 calls a day to, it's
Hmm.
cold calling. Okay. I don't be wanting to do that all the time. And me being Iceland, I literally do pretty much everything else. Sometimes I'll do it. I'll do it not 5 days a week. Maybe I'll do it 3 days a week, but it's just
Hmm.
not me giving my all. And so the other day I was riding with Logan, and I don't remember what I told him. I asked him something, but he said, basically in the calmest, sweetest voice, I can't give you discipline. He was like, I can give you and help you with anything and everything, but I cannot give you discipline. And I just was like, that's true.
Honestly.
That's true. Like, no, literally, some things in life nobody else can do for you or give to you. It has to be you, you know?
Hmm.
And so that's why my theme for August is just do it. Just do it. Like, it's literally no reason not to be. Like, it just
Like,
makes me
what's
think,
gonna
like,
come out of not do?
what
Like,
what's going
what's
exactly.
gonna happen if you do it? Like,
What's
what's
gonna
gonna?
happen if I do it?
You
What's
know what
gonna
I
happen
mean?
if
It could go wonderfully.
right.
But did it take anything away from you if it doesn't? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't do anything to you. So
Yes,
just
and another
do
thing
it.
about Kobe that he didn't fear, he actually embraced genuinely, was success. Because
Yes.
a lot of times, we have subconscious blocks because we are actually like, how did they put it? We control our outcome through neglecting the things that we're supposed to be doing. That's a terrible subconscious block.
Girl.
Yeah, that's a terrible subconscious block. That's like, I'm not gonna drink water, but I'm like controlling it, but it's also neglecting it from what I really want. And
Mhm.
Kobe didn't have that. Kobe said, "This is what I want to do. I'm determined to get there," and that's it. He didn't. If fear of failure wasn't a obstacle for him. Fear of success wasn't an obstacle for him.
He
And
literally was like, even if I fail,
even if I fail,
I'm gonna do
and I'm gonna
everything
keep
I
doing
need to
it. You
do.
know, like, I'm gonna keep on going.
Hmm.
So I really do love that. It's a beautiful mentality to have, because, like, this is our life. You know, we're all the main characters of our own life, and at the end of the day, we owe it to ourselves to do whatever it is we want to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, on whatever level. But it's no reason to limit ourselves.
Mm-mm.
So I know we're gonna really enjoy this book and
I'm
get more
already
and more and more.
enjoying it. I'll be
I'm already
quite
enjoying
honest.
it
I'm already
too.
enjoying it because all I think about is like all the ways I can apply that thought to when I'm sitting there like, man, I know I should do this, but I'm just gonna sit there and ask myself, like, is this optional?
Right.
Is this something you really want? Because if it's something you really want, it's not optional.
Yeah, and then I'm also thinking, like, if it's not optional, the best thing to do is just to do it now and get it over with.
Just do it.
Just do
Yep.
it now. Yeah, just do it now and get it over with, because
Mhm.
it's not optional, meaning it has to be done. So why not now? Why not do it now?
Because how many
Uh,
times do we think about something? It's right there in our brain. We think about it, and we think about it enough to say, "I don't want to do that right now. I don't feel like doing that."
yes.
But it's in the forefront of your brain. You
Yeah, and
just
even
really
if you
need to
go and
thought
try to
about it.
procrastinate and do something
Yeah.
else, guess what's still gonna be nagging on your mind? The thing that you know you're supposed to be doing right now.
So just do it. Just
Just
do it right
do it.
then.
Just do it. That was awesome. That was a awesome first week on this book tea. Do
Yes,
you remember
it
what the
was.
next numbers are? The
Oh,
pages?
hold on. Let me see, and I'll tell you if I didn't take it down. Hold on. The next. Let's see. Let's see. Give me just a sec because I gotta scroll up. I
Oh, it's
keep all
okay.
my notes in. Oh, I
Yes.
can't see it.
Okay, well we can post it. I'm just gonna put it like say it. But we're taking this book pages at a time because it's not official chapters.
Yeah, it's not a standard book where it
Yeah.
has like chapters. It's
Hmm.
not like that.
Right. So this week we read up to page 42, and going forward, we're gonna read 42, and then we'll post what the stopping point is for next
Mm-hmm.
week. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like Kobe has something very special in him.
Yep. And I just want a little. I just
Right.
need a little bit. I just need a little bit. I think I can get where I need to get to if I just have a little bit.
Yeah, and
So
shout out to the guy, this photographer, Andrew Bernstein, because
wonderful
he did an amazing
photographer.
job. Yeah, he did an amazing job with these pictures.
He gave him a shout out too
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for these pictures. He he
Mm-hmm.
he really beautiful, beautiful pictures, beautiful shots. But yeah. Well, Aslan, I think we've come to the end of the road for this week.
Yes, we did. Great conversation. T.
Yes, as always.
And okay, one more thing I wanted to say before we
Okay.
wrap. It's very unplanned, but also pretty cool that we're actually in the month of Kobe Day. You know, like Kobe was actually born this month, and also,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I believe he was born this month, August 20th, I think.
Let me
But Kobe Day is 8/24, both his jersey numbers. So you'll see a lot on social media, people talking about Kobe Day on August 24th because 8/24, you know. So I just
He
wanted to
was
throw a
born
little,
on August 23rd, so
oh,
maybe it's
23rd.
is it the 23rd?
Well, no, that's his birthday.
No, that Kobe Day is celebrated on the 24th, but his
Yes.
birthday is on the 23rd. Look at
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was very cool. Like we just happened to be reading this book
Oh,
during that
it's a
time.
great time
Yeah,
then.
great time.
That means we were supposed to read this one.
We were supposed to be reading this book right now.
We were
Yep, I
supposed to be
agree.
reading it. Y'all read this book, Coach Bryant, The Mamba Mentality, How I Play.
Yes, and I'm going to continue to share like those interviews and stuff that I watch from
Mhm.
him. I'll continue to share them on my community tab. It's always so much good information, you
Me
know.
too. As they
Yeah.
come up, as we see them, let's post them.
Yes,
Like as those
absolutely.
names pop up. Because they're gonna start. Because every time we say his name on our like in our posts and stuff, it starts
Yeah,
to come into our feed. And
right.
so
Algorithm is algorithming.
it's doing what it does.
All right, T. Well, you have a great rest of your week. This was very
All
enjoyable as
right.
always. Love
You
you.
too. Love you
And bye,
back.
everyone on the replay. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.